Good Friday evening, everyone. It is June 9th, and we're talking about significant severe weather happening tomorrow. And we're going to start extending the severe weather threat into Sunday, northeast into parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, parts of Missouri as well. But the significant severe weather threat is possible tomorrow across Texas, and we're going to get into that shortly. Now, first, hit that like button, that thumbs up, hit that. And if you are watching from YouTube, Facebook, from the link, hit that subscribe button. It is free to join. Subscribe on YouTube and hit that all on notifications, and you'll be notified every time I post any content or go live on YouTube. Facebook, we still have continuous issues with algorithms and stuff over there. You guys are either seeing posts, not seeing posts, etc. It's probably the best way to help you stay ahead of what's going on is to subscribe to YouTube as well. Like I said, it is free, and hit all on notifications, and you'll be notified whether to your phone or device anytime we post content 100% of the time, especially when you push all on notifications. All right. And please comment where you're from. I love to hear from you. All right. So let's get right into it. We have a lot to talk about. As usual, we start out with the national hazards map, see what's going on in the United States. Still some air quality advisories basically out for parts of the Northeast into Indiana, around the St. Louis metro, as well parts of Oklahoma City area. We do have some flood advisories out. There's been some training of storms over here towards far northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Some flood advisories out here towards right around the Amarillo area. And we got some flash flood warnings up here in Kansas as well. Flood watches up here in Montana, northern Idaho, northeastern parts of Washington, eastern parts of Oregon, southwestern parts of Idaho as well. So that's what's going on in today, which seems pretty quiet, but tomorrow it's going to really heat up. This map's going to heat up tomorrow for sure. All right, let's get into the severe weather threat tomorrow. There's an enhanced risk out basically for Dallas Fort Worth area, Arlington, up to Plano, Garland, Texas, down to Waco, up to Shreveport, Louisiana, Texarkana, far southeastern part or southwestern parts of Arkansas, far southeast parts of Oklahoma, but northeastern parts of Texas really plastered here with this. Slight risk on either side of that over towards Monroe, Lake Charles, down to Houston, Austin, up towards Fort Smith, Arkansas, and just on the southwest side of Little Rock, slight risk there as well. So, multiple clusters of strong to severe thunderstorms may develop tomorrow across parts of the southern Great Plains, Arklatex, lower Mississippi Valley on Saturday, which is tomorrow. Damaging wind gusts 70 to 80 miles an hour. Isolated hail will be possible across the Arklatex into the lower Mississippi Valley, which is basically far eastern parts of Arkansas down through eastern Louisiana as well. The major risk here is going to be in parts of northern and northeastern and central parts of Texas tomorrow, with some very large hail is possible from basically golf balls to possibly baseball size, maybe even larger than that. And then severe wind gusts of 60, 70, 80 plus miles an hour. We're talking probably hurricane force gusts across parts of that area. And a tornado or two is possible as well tomorrow. So now let's take a look at the risks here. All right, here is a tornado risk tomorrow. It's not zero, but like I said, there could be one or two tornadoes out there tomorrow. So right now, as of right now, there's going to be updates tomorrow from the Storm Prediction Center, and I'll have that update as well for you. 2% risk here, basically from far southern parts of Oklahoma, right along the Red River here, right around the Dallas metro, down to Waco, and just north of Austin, Texas. So you got a 2% chance of seeing a tornado within a 25-mile radius of any given point in this 2% risk area here. pretty significant wind risk tomorrow. Basically from Dallas, Waco over towards Shreveport, Texarkana, like I said, far southwestern Arkansas, northeastern parts of Louisiana, and most of northeastern and eastern parts of Texas. With those pretty damaging severe wind gusts, possible straight line wind gusts coming in. Here is the most significant risk there is for tomorrow. This is the hail risks. So all this hatched area from Austin, Waco, Dallas, up towards the Red River, just over the Red River into Oklahoma. So most of this area here have a chance to see a 2-inch diameter hail or larger within 25 miles of any given point. So we're talking 2 inches diameter is hen eggs. 1 3/4 is a golf ball. You get above that, we're talking baseball size to softball size. After that, tennis balls, etc. So big time hail risk, significant hail risk out for tomorrow. Now we will look at future radar here in just a second, but we're gonna jump ahead to Sunday now, and this severe risk will jump out into most of Arkansas, probably the northern 3/4 of Arkansas, southeastern parts, south central to southeastern parts of Missouri, far southern Illinois, western half of Kentucky, western half of Tennessee, far northern Mississippi, and through northeastern parts of Alabama. We're talking Nashville over to Jackson, Tennessee, over to Memphis, Little Rock, Jonesboro, up towards Hardy, Mountain Home, West Plains, Missouri, Harrison, Little Rock, Hot Springs, up towards Conway. There's a few cities here, and then Tunica, Mississippi would be another one as well. Be up towards Bowling Green, Kentucky, Evansville, parts of the southeast Cape Girardeau, Poplar Bluff, a couple places there. That's for the slight risk area for Sunday. So that's something to keep in mind. Basically straight line winds, 60, 70 miles an hour, some large hail, and maybe an isolated tornado out there as well. Now, the Storm Prediction Center, since this is a day 3 outlook, does not have the individual probabilities for tornado, hail, etc. But the main show will be large hail and damaging straight line winds with the outside chance of a tornado across this area. And this is for Sunday. All right, this is the HRRR. This is the latest run 00Z. You can see this is clusters of storms across Nebraska, parts of Kansas. This is great news up there for them, as we're still having some severe drought across parts of that area. So any rain helps out, but we don't want to get the severe weather as well. And you saw those flood watches or flood advisories out earlier for northeastern parts of Oklahoma in through parts of Arkansas. Looks like there's some storms still ongoing across this area for the next few hours. As we go overnight, there's going to be a cluster of storms develop out here towards Kansas, race basically southeast across far northern parts of Oklahoma, and then at the doorstep of basically Joplin to Springfield area around 6 a.m. There's going to be some storms. Also some storms across southeastern parts of Arkansas as well. But this Boeing segment that's coming out into Missouri will have some strong winds with it. And then as we get towards about 9 o'clock in the morning, far northern Arkansas is getting in on the action here. And then far southern Missouri as well. We do have some storms starting to develop out here in Texas. And another little line coming through Oklahoma as we go towards 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And then as we get towards noon, this thing really starts congealing up here in Arkansas, parts northwest Arkansas, in through southeastern Oklahoma as well. Some big time storms basically hugging the red. And as we get into the afternoon, this thing plows through Arkansas here. And then here comes the storms over here in Texas. You have these isolated, basically supercells that are developing towards middle of the afternoon, which will present a conditional tornado risk, but big time hail is possible across northeastern and northern parts of Texas, like I said. golf balls to up to baseball size, maybe even larger than that, across Texas, Dallas metro area, especially. So this big line of Boeing segmented line of storms marching through parts of Arkansas at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Like I said, this is just future radar. This is not going to be accurate, but it gives us a depiction of what could happen out there tomorrow. And then this thing is really going to start racing off to the southeast here, and then be around basically a Memphis to right around the far western parts of Mississippi down through Tunica around 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we have big clusters of storms out here towards northeastern parts of Texas, and those are going to work into Louisiana as well as we go forward. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow night, 9, 10. Here's midnight. Storms are starting to wind down. Still some lingering storms down here in parts of Texas. And then as we get into Sunday, this is early Sunday morning, a little cluster comes through for early Sunday morning before more redevelopment in the afternoon. With all this storminess that's happened over the next week or so, which we're going to have to probably talk about more severe weather as we head towards Tuesday, Wednesday, across some of the same areas that are probably getting it this week or this weekend. We're probably going to have to focus more across Arkansas, Missouri, in through probably Tennessee, Kentucky next week as severe weather will ramp up again up there as we get towards midweek. But we will see when that happens as we get closer. But a lot of rain where we need it. 2 to 4 inches is possible, basically from far eastern Oklahoma through central Arkansas, and then a big bullseye here through all of Tennessee, parts of Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, even through northern Mississippi here. This is depicting 3 to 5 inches of rain possible over the next week across this area. All right, just to recap tomorrow, significant severe weather is possible tomorrow, especially across southern Oklahoma, southwestern parts of Arkansas, northeastern parts of Louisiana, and northeastern Texas. Big time hail threat. Monster hail is possible. We call it gorilla hail sometimes as well, because it's going to be huge, damaging hail coming through parts of Texas tomorrow, which is the significant risk parts of the area. Now, not to downplay anywhere else, you could get big hail as well across parts of Louisiana in through southern parts of Arkansas as well. But you're going to deal with more of a wind risk across that area as well. All right, here's that significant severe weather risk area for tomorrow. Like I said, there's going to be another update from Storm Prediction Center, maybe 1 or 2 more updates tomorrow on this. But as of right now, Friday evening, here's the hatched significant severe weather threat area for tomorrow for hail, that is, across parts of the Dallas metro area down to Waco, Austin, up here towards the Red River, and just across that into parts of Oklahoma. All right. Stay weather aware. Need to have a way to get warnings out there, because there will be a couple tornadoes out there tomorrow and some pretty damaging severe thunderstorms coming through. Like I said, with damaging, very damaging, huge hail of up to baseball size and damaging straight line winds of up to 60 to 80 miles per hour, which is over hurricane force. So stay weather aware, have a way to get warnings, and we'll have another update tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great evening, everyone.